Very much for attending this webinar. Gracias por estar aquí. Es un placer. I'm Jose Bedin. I'm the CEO from EducaWay. Maybe some of them you know about that. Today we are here with Rotterdam Business School. I have the pleasure to be there, I think 2 years ago with Marissa, isn't it?
Yes.
It was 2 years ago?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. We visit a few students, and I remember the faces of them, so happy to be there in the really nice university with the international business. But the good thing of the program, in my opinion, is you have 4 different options. Marissa will explain. So I think it's time to Marissa. So we are here. If you need something after the webinar, so you can contact directly with us, with EducaWay. So we are happy to attend all the questions after that or everything you need. Thank you very much, Marissa.
Perfect. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining. My name is Marissa, and I am one of the representatives here at RBS. And today I am also joined by Miriam and Laura. So maybe you can quickly introduce yourselves.
Hello,
Hi.
I'm Laura.
And I'm Miriam, and we are 2 students from Valencia.
Yep.
And we are
Studying in RBS, International Business.
Yes, perfect. And they will also join their experience after the presentation, and they can answer any of your questions. So if you have any questions during the webinar, please type them in the chat and we will make sure to answer them. All right. So this is what we will be discussing today. I will be sharing a little bit about the Dutch education system because it's a bit different than what you're probably used to. We will talk about our lovely city, of course, RBS, a student experience, and then we will have some time for Q&A. So any questions, please make sure to type them in the chat because we are here now. This is your chance to ask your questions. But before we do that, just to clarify, in the Netherlands, there are actually 2 types of universities that you can choose from. And they're both really good, but the main difference is the approach. So universities of applied sciences, like RBS, because RBS is part of Rotterdam University of Applied Sciences, we have a very practical and profession-oriented approach. So that means that there are a lot of group projects involved. There is an internship in your 3rd year. There's an exchange program. And of course, a lot of company visits and company assignments. If you were to study at a research university, it will be more theoretical and more more academically oriented. So if you were to study at a research university, that would mean a lot of reading, a lot of individual learning and self-study. And usually there's no internship included. And they're both really good, but it really depends on what fits your learning style best. So if you're really someone who likes to learn in groups and who likes to work with companies, so it's really hands-on, then a University of Applied Sciences is a good fit. But if you are someone who likes to learn on their own, who likes to become an academic, then a research university is a better fit. So that's just something that you need to think about for yourself. Then, of course, RBS is part of Rotterdam University of Applied Sciences, and it's actually one of the bigger universities in the country. But the International Business Bachelor program has their own location. So in that way, you don't feel like you're part of this big university at all. We are located in Rotterdam, and Rotterdam is a city with Europe's largest port. So that creates a lot of opportunities for students because we are literally surrounded by companies. I mean, there are big multinationals like Unilever and DHL, but there are also smaller companies and startups. Within our International Business Bachelor program, we have 30% international students, and they come from over 63 different countries. So that creates a really nice international classroom. All of our lecturers are from the business field, so that's also a big advantage of studying at a University of Applied Sciences, because all of our lecturers, some of them still have their own companies, others are still working for other companies. So they have a really valuable knowledge and expertise, and of course a big network themselves, which you can make use of. But of course, it's nicer to watch a clip and to get a feel of what it would be like to live in a city like Rotterdam. So I'm just going to share this video with you. Impression of the city. This is just a global overview of where everything is located. For the business school, we have two locations. There is one in the south for the bachelor's and one in the east for the master programs. Our student housing is in the middle, so it's around a 15-minute bike ride. Everyone bikes here, of course, to the city center and also to your building. When it comes to student housing, we have 3 dormitories for our students. I'm sure that Miriam and Laura can tell you a little bit more about that later. Yeah, that's really nice because Rotterdam is a very popular city. So we always recommend you to at least apply for the dorms and then at the same time also start looking for a place by yourself. So let's move on to the programs. But before we do that, I just wanted to share another clip with you of what it would be to study international business in Rotterdam. All right, so international business is what we offer here at RBS. It's a little bit different from what you may have heard from students who started last year. But this year, the first year is the same for all students, which is really nice because in that way you get familiar with the 4 specializations that you can choose from in the second year. The third year involves the internship, and then the fourth year there's an exchange program. Both the internship you can do here in Rotterdam in the Netherlands or abroad, of course, and the exchange program is optional. So you can actually decide whether to do an exchange program and go abroad or to stay in Rotterdam. After the first year, you will get the opportunity to choose one of the 4 specializations that you can choose from and that you can continue with. So there's organization and change, there is marketing, commerce, and within commerce it is possible to do the Asian track, so to focus on one of the Asian languages and then also go to those countries. And of course there's supply chain, which is very big in Rotterdam. When it comes to entry requirement, you would need your Spanish high school diploma and also an English test requirement, but we also have students with an IB diploma or with A-levels. The tuition fee for the first year is around €1,000, and then from the second year onwards, it's around €2,000. So that's actually a very competitive EU fee, and it's not at all comparable to fees in, for example, the UK or the US. Before entry, you would also need to do a SPC, as we call it. It's a study program check, and it consists of 2 parts. The first part is an online CV that you need to complete. So it's an online link, and we will ask you questions about why do you want to study this program? Where do you see yourself later on? What are some of your skills and some of the things that you would like to develop? So it's a really good tool to just check if you're making the right decision and if this program is really for you. Then the second part is also a Skype interview with one of my colleagues, and during that interview we will discuss the online CV, and you can ask any questions that you might have at that time of application. When it comes to languages, because I mentioned in the beginning that within the commerce track, it is possible to choose an Asian language and then go to Asia to do your internship there and your exchange program. But besides Dutch, it is actually possible to choose one of the languages. There's European languages like French, Spanish, and German, and there's also Asian languages like Japanese, Indonesian, and Mandarin. It's not mandatory, it's optional, and it's also in addition to Dutch, because all of our international students will get Dutch in their first year. But in our experience, a lot of our students do value an additional language. It will definitely help you when you look for a job after graduation. This is just a financial overview because it's something that many international students are concerned about, of course. With regards to your living expenses, but I'm sure that Miriam and Laura can share something about that as well. It's around 800 to 1,000 euros per month that you will spend. Of course, it depends a little bit on your own spending behavior, because if you are planning on going out for dinner every day, then it's different. But yeah, this is what in general you can expect. When it comes to a part-time job, there are no restrictions. Of course, your focus should be your study program. But many of our international students have part-time jobs. And that's also the really nice thing about living in Rotterdam, because Rotterdam is, of course, the second biggest city in the country. Capital is, of course, Amsterdam, but Rotterdam is really the business center, and that also makes it very international and very open to international students. So also when it comes to a part-time job, it's easier to find that here than somewhere else in the country. And I think that's really something you need to consider when you are making your decision and when you're making your study choice, is that there is a lot of difference within countries and within cities when it comes to openness to international students. And Rotterdam has always been a working class city from origin because of the port. So that always attracted a lot of people from different parts of the world. And nowadays there are over 170 different nationalities represented in Rotterdam. So anyone can feel at home, whether you were born and raised here or whether you just moved here. And that's really important, because studying is not only about studying, it's also about having a nice social life, joining a club, doing sports, having a job. So just keep that in mind. Speaking of sports, we share our master building, so the campus where the master students are located. We share that with Erasmus University, which is a research university. We share their sports center, and for a very small fee, I believe it's only 200 euros a year, you can actually make unlimited use of their sports facilities and join one of the 20 sport clubs that they have. So that's just really nice. We also have RISA, which is the Rotterdam International Students Association, and they always organize a lot of nice events throughout the year. Not only social events and parties, but also really cool business events. They always invite cool guest speakers to give lectures. So that's just really nice to become a member of. We also work with student ambassadors. Every year we have a new team of student ambassadors. So if that sounds interesting to you, every year we have a new vacancy, so you can apply. And our student ambassadors help us out during introduction week, during open days, and they're always here to help you if you have any questions. Of course, our webinars are all on YouTube. I'm sure now that everyone is at home, everyone has time to look at this. So feel free to go to YouTube, Rotterdam Business School. All of the webinars are there. There are webinars in over 7 different languages as well. There are webinars about the programs, about student life. So it's really nice to look at and to get a closer look. I think that was it for me. So I'm going to give the floor to Miriam and Laura, and I just wanted to ask you guys if you can share your experience at RBS.
Okay. Okay, where shall we start?
Maybe you can start at why you chose RBS.
Okay, so we both studied business in high school, and we found it like very interesting to do it in a practical method. So we
and even more doing it here in Rotterdam, because they have the biggest
the port
on Europe, and it's like really helpful to study international business in a city such as like this one, because there's always like offices on the center, like it's very a business city. So yeah, it's really interesting to come here and study international business, because you put like the international approach also into practice.
Yeah.
Because everyone is from a different place. You, not only Dutch people, I have
you learn a lot,
friends
and you speak English all the time.
Exactly.
That's the most important
Definitely.
thing. Okay.
And, that's great.
That's all.
All right, that's really good. And now everything is online right now. So how is that going? How is your interaction with your classmates and your teachers?
Well, we have 1 class per week. So it's really helpful because you actually know everyone in the class.
We prefer going offline, but
course.
We have to get used to it.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Not bad, but we prefer
you get
offline.
Focused, of course.
Yeah.
But it obviously is not the same thing, and you cannot talk with people from your class, and you cannot like when putting like work in groups. It's more difficult, of course, because you are not with them. You cannot meet with them like that easily as it could be without this situation. But of course, hopefully next year.
But there are many facilities we can meet.
Exactly.
Through online platforms.
Yeah, because what did they do online? Did they make like a coffee corner, or did they make a place?
Coffee corner, and you have your own group where you can meet and do the projects there.
Exactly.
You don't have to meet with the whole class. You just meet with the ones in your group.
Yeah. And how about your classmates? Where are they from?
All over the world.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah. I mean, I have Dutch friends. I have Romanian friends.
French,
Japanese friends. Chinese friends.
Everything.
I mean, it's, people from India, people from Pakistan. Yeah.
Algeria.
Exactly.
Everything.
Yeah.
Wow, different parts of the world. And how about, because in the beginning we mentioned, of course, the difference between research universities and universities of applied sciences. So how is that going for you?
Well, it's applied sciences is a more practical method, so we prefer like applying this practice to the real world instead of studying only theory. So we prefer the applied sciences.
Yeah, and also it also has something to do with what you have in thought of doing in the future. For example, if you want to maybe be have a more theoretical work, like for example, be a consultant. Of course, maybe it's more interesting to study in a research university. But if you really want to put business into practice, and you really not want to know how to do things and why is that you have to do this thing in that moment, I think it's more efficient to study in a applied science university.
Yeah, you can apply everything.
Definitely. Exactly. Yeah,
you get to know how to do things, not only what to do.
Exactly, and why, and how to apply everything. Yeah, I think it's much useful for. I think everyone wants to really know how to apply things. Exactly. I don't think like people that in business is really into maybe create theories because of marketing theories or financial theories. I think it's more about putting it into practice. Exactly.
Good. And how about, because I see the two of you are sitting together, does that mean that you are living in the same dorm?
Yeah, we live in the student hotel.
Mm-hmm.
We live together,
one next to the other.
There are many students here. You can meet a lot of new people.
And Spanish people. There's a lot of Spanish people like here, specifically here in the student hotel. I don't really know why, but like
everyone comes here.
A little Spanish community over there.
I'm Valencian. There's a lot of Valencian people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, how nice. Are they all coming through Educa way or?
Not all of them, but some of them,
Oh, that's really nice. I see that Adam has a question. He's asking, was it hard for you moving from Spain to Holland and getting used to it?
Not at all.
No.
Like here, I think people is really open-minded. They are very helpful with you. If you have any problem, they are always willing to help
you.
And we didn't really have
the most difficult part is the weather. I have to say it. I'm not used to it, but the other things, very easy.
And how do you're saying the weather? How do you transport yourself during? Are you going by bike or how do you do that?
The good thing of the student hotel is that
everything is
super near.
Yeah, you can go walking.
Exactly.
So
like the center, for example, is like 15 minutes walking. So it's maybe not that worth it to get a bike. I don't know. Yeah, it really depends. I mean, where you are living, but the student hotel and also Erasmus International House is super near of everywhere.
Yeah, but you can go by metro, tram, bike,
exactly,
whatever you want. It's very easy.
You have a lot of
facilities.
Exactly.
Exactly. So there's a lot of options. So even though the weather is bad, you can still use the metro instead of your So Miguel is asking, is the weather as bad as they say? I'm from Castellón and there is always sun.
Now in October,
for me it's not that bad, but she's really struggling with it.
I'm used to the sun and I love
10 degrees. So it's
I love Spanish weather. So here's like all the time raining and no sun at all. So
like it's it's actually disappeared.
But we did have a nice summer, right?
Yeah, well, when we came in summer, we came. There were like 27 degrees or something.
Yeah, there was one day with 31 degrees.
And everyone was crazy. Everyone goes to the lake. Because there's a lake, and it's really nice. And everyone is like they're like hanging out with friends or family, and I mean when there's sun, people really go crazy.
That's good. Yeah, I think the transition is a bit hard this year because we had a really nice summer. It was really warm. it was, as the ladies just said, it was 27 to 31 degrees. And right now it's October, it's fall, it's maybe 10 degrees right now. And so the transition is a bit hard this year. But on the other hand, we're also looking forward to Christmas. And I mean, the 4 seasons that we have, there's also something nice about it, I think.
Yeah.
Let's see, another question from Adam. Oh, nice. Jose actually met you. He met you at school. Do I need Spanish subjects such as economics and mathematics? Yeah, I'm sorry, Adam. 10 degrees. I'm just preparing you for your transition to Rotterdam.
Yeah, I'm the same as you, Adam.
Yeah, I'm more person.
Yeah, she's Nordic. She's not Spanish.
I'm
not. Yeah, so with regards to the subjects, Adam, I'm not sure what kind of diploma will you obtain. Is it IB or A levels? Because in general, we don't have any subject requirements. Of course, it will help you, just like Miriam and Laura just said. They also did study business in high school, so it will definitely help you. But the system in the Netherlands is a bit different in terms of entry requirements. So here in the Netherlands, we believe that higher education should be accessible to everyone. So that's why the entry requirement is just your high school diploma. So for example, A levels or IB diploma or Spanish high school diploma. There are no subject requirements. The main requirement is for you to pass and to obtain your high school diploma. And then in the first year, you need to pass at least 80% of your subjects to move on to the second year. So everyone gets an opportunity to get in, but you need to work hard to stay in. Ladies, Miguel is asking something. He is asking, are there a lot of Spanish people in Rotterdam?
Quite a lot. Yeah. You get to meet quite a lot of Spanish people.
Yeah, from different ages also, because they are not always
not also
from our
students,
age.
but
Yeah,
there are many.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not also students. The other day we were having lunch in
in Marhal.
Exactly, and there was a guy from Valencia, and he came to us, and he was like, "Oh, are you from Valencia?" And there's a lot of Spanish people, and they're all super open. And if they find you talking Spanish, they
talk to you in Spanish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very nice. And I mean, there are students from 62 other countries as well, but
yeah.
But yes, I mean,
students, so
not mine.
In
Spanish.
My class. Yeah, but we do have a lot of Spanish students, Bulgarian students, Romanian students, Latvian students, but also students from Indonesia and Vietnam. But yes, a lot of European students as well. I'm not entirely sure what Adam means. Do you guys know? He's asking something about the selectividad.
Okay, you don't need it. Selectividad is not needed.
No, you need A levels.
I didn't do selectividad. I just did
A levels.
No, A levels and English, but not because I was.
Adam is ready to go.
Sorry, I mean, you can come without selectividad. You just have to have your A levels, and that's it.
I hope that helped answering your question, Adam. Great. Adam is applying to RBS right now. Sure. Any more questions, guys? This is your chance. Miriam and Laura are here. Maybe you can share something about the finances. How much do you spend, and do you do your own groceries, and where do you do your groceries?
Okay.
Is, as you said before, from 800 to 1,000 per month.
Exactly.
Depends on when you live.
Because of course, like the student hotel is actually
quite
the most
expensive
option you can get. But for example, Erasmus International House is also super good. I mean, I would
It's not
even,
that expensive.
No, it's
It's
like
very good.
500 a month, more
Yeah.
or less. And yeah, it's really good. I mean, the rooms are really
Big
furnished,
and
and very good furnished, and also the kitchen. I think you only share them with 2 people or 1 people. I mean,
one person
three or
or
2 people by
two.
kitchen, so it's actually really good. Yeah, but for example, the student hotel, it's true that it's the most expensive thing, so it's kind of, everything goes up in some way. And for example, the groceries, we have 3 markets.
Oh yeah, nearby we have 3
we have
or 4 or 5.
Yeah, I mean,
everything is very near.
It's really
So
near. Yeah, it's like 10
you can go wherever you want.
Less.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah, so there are a lot of opportunities to do your own groceries and then to cook at home.
Yeah, it's not when you thinking going out of your home and do everything by yourself, you're like super scared, and it's not that difficult. I promise.
Very easy.
Yeah. Just have to organize yourself, and that's it.
That's good to know. Let's see. Daniel's asking, is it really useful to speak 3 languages plus Dutch for international business?
As many as you can. Yeah. For example, I'm doing Japanese, like the course of Japanese, and it's a bit different from the one
I'm doing French
of Laura, because she's doing upper French.
Yeah.
And it's kind of different because she is actually doing like things in French, like presentations, business,
And
research. And I am not doing those things because, of course, like my level of Japanese is really, really basic. Like I've been like 2 months, not even 2 months, 1 month and a half, like studying Japanese. So yeah, bit by bit. But if you want like to study,
I want to turn the lights on.
Yeah, because you cannot. Okay. Yeah, and if you're interested on the Asiatic culture and you want to, I don't know, you feel interested for business between Asia and Europe, then it's really useful. And it's really good. It's really interesting. It's a bit more difficult, obviously, but as everything.
So learn as many languages as you can.
Yeah, we also have to do Dutch, a part of French.
We will start in February.
Yeah. Are you looking forward to Dutch?
Yeah, but we're scared.
We are very scared. Yeah,
it's quite complicated.
Yeah, it's not that easy. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, I think during your program, it's not really needed because, of course, you know, you're in an international environment, so everyone speaks English. But I think if you're planning on staying in the Netherlands after graduation and you want to work in a company, then it's probably useful to know at least a little bit of Dutch.
Clothing shops.
What about clothing shops? You can find whatever you want here.
I mean, it's a very big city, and you can find like
everything.
Everything, yeah.
From H&M to Gucci.
Yeah.
So don't worry.
That's a good summary. I also see a question from Miguel. He's asking if math is really important. How is that for you?
Finance?
You do finance, huh?
Yeah, but if you do A-level business and you have done finance or all the chapters of finance without having maths and account, then it's fine. I mean, it's not that useful.
The maths in business are not that complicated.
Exactly, you don't need to really have a lot of knowledge.
They're useful, but you don't have to.
All that things, it's not needed at all.
It's like the basics.
Okay, any more questions? Do you guys have any tips for students who are considering international business?
Don't be afraid. Just come. You just have to do it. And,
be open-minded.
Yeah. Don't be afraid before coming.
Yeah.
Economy of enterprise, is it enough? I think
so.
Yeah.
I see Daniel's asking a question about economy.
Only having studied the economy of the
Economy,
enterprise,
yeah,
I think so,
yeah.
Do you know how to do a balance sheet and all of that thing? If you know, then that's all right.
Okay. Yeah, there's an internship and there's also an exchange program. So it's in the third year and the fourth year, and it depends a little bit on how you design your program and whether you or not you choose the Asian track within commerce. But in general, in the third year, you go on your internship, and in the fourth year, you do an exchange program. The internship is something you can do here in Rotterdam or in a different city or abroad. And the exchange program is, of course, abroad. We have over 100 partner universities abroad, so you can pretty much go anywhere. But it's not mandatory, of course, the exchange program, because you're already abroad. So it's also possible to just do a minor here in Rotterdam. But that depends on what you want to do. What countries? Asian countries, China, Vietnam, European countries, Spain, Italy, Slovenia. I mean, you can pretty much go anywhere. The States, yes, the UK, Latin America, anywhere you want to go. And of course, it also depends a little bit on the language, because if you choose Spanish, then it makes sense. Sorry, not Spanish. If you choose German or French, then it makes sense to go there and to practice your language skills as well. Internship and what companies? Yeah, so of course we have a broad network of companies that we work with. Examples are Unilever, for example, or DHL. Those are the big companies. There are also smaller companies that you can join. You can decide if you want to do that here or if you want to go abroad to do your internship there. Other companies are Adidas or Heinz. It really depends on you and what. Some students really like working for a multinational. Others like working for a startup. Because the advantage of a startup is that you can be involved with all aspects of a company, the marketing, finance department. If you were to work for a big multinational, then it's probably a smaller part of the company. So yeah, that depends on what you're looking for. Can I do master studies abroad as Erasmus or something similar? So if you obtain your bachelor degree, it's internationally recognized. So that means that you can start a master degree somewhere else. The only thing here within the Netherlands is Erasmus is, of course, a research university. I'm not entirely sure if that's what you mean, but if you were to study at a research university, then you would probably need to do a pre-master. But the majority of our students actually goes into the work field. That's what we prepare them for. I think we have some time left for a few more questions. Oh, this one is for you guys.
Group project.
Okay, so in block 2, for example, which starts the 1st of November, we join in teams of 4 or 5 people, and we have to study one company in one particular country, and I don't know, study like the international relationship and
solve a problem, maybe. Or I don't know, maybe if they have a problem, or but you just have to make a research and then solve it, or make like consultancy, or it's really good actually, because you are really putting everything into
practice,
work, and
when did you start looking?
Okay, it's
so
quite a long story. Yeah. I mean, at first we were going to be in
an apartment.
but we didn't like it. I mean, we saw it and it was not the thing we thought. And then
we came here.
We came here. We looked at
see
the
it.
student hotel. My parents, because I was with my parents, they loved it. And then I just came here, like from one day to another. That's it.
No, from the morning to the afternoon, we chose to come to the student hotel.
Exactly.
Because we were going to an apartment, but we didn't like it. So we had like 2 days to figure out where were we going to stay. So it was like, dicho y hecho.
Exactly. And well, the student hotel is like super. I really recommend it. Everything. You have like a common area, and it's amazing. Really, you have offices there that you can rent. You can also
you have a lot of facilities. Yeah, you share the kitchen between
a library,
10 people.
An study area. You have a cinema. You have a PlayStation.
Yeah, you have everything.
Yeah. Very important.
Yeah. It's not all about study.
It's more for the guys.
I see Claudia is also asking something about A-levels or IGS. Yeah. So you do need A-levels. It doesn't so there's no subject requirements, but you do need, of course, your A-levels to start with the program.
Like maths. I don't know. You have to have like 5 different GCSEs, like with graded between C and A. But I don't really know, like if it's like mandatory to do.
No, not in A-level. In A-level, no.
No,
in IGCSE, yeah.
GCSE.
Yeah, but GCSE is mandatory to do math.
Okay, I think one last question before we wrap up. Who has one last question? I think you guys gave really good advice. Just do it. Be open. Anything else?
The room every year, or normally people who came here to the student hotel doesn't come here like the full 2, 3, or 4 years. They're gonna stay here. Like obviously, it's more preferable to get an apartment in the second year because obviously you have like more intimacy. Like you don't have to share the kitchen with 6 people or 5 people or whatever. So yeah, of course, like I think if you want to preserve it, you have to pay the months of summer. We
recommend you to go the first year to a student house and then the second year go to an apartment. Completely. Because you get to meet a lot of people if you're in a student house, so I think that's way better.
Yeah, like mostly all our friends are from the student hotel.
Yeah.
And you also have kind of support because they help you with things like if you don't know where to go or how to get these. Because, for example, on the first days, you have to do the registration municipality. Yeah. And maybe if you don't know how to do it, then they can help you. Like, where do I have to go? And they tell you, like, the location. Yeah. Well, the university does that for you if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, so in general, during introduction week, the municipality is coming to the university, of course, so you can register. But of course, this time it's a little bit different. So it's good that there is also a support team within the student hotel who can help you out with that. Yeah. Great. Okay, I don't see any more questions, so I think I'm gonna... Oh, that's great. Oh, Adam is saying thank you. And see you next year. That's really great, Adam. And we have it in writing, Adam. We will actually see you next year. So we expect you. Yeah, of course, Jose and his team are here to help out. Thank you, everyone. Miriam and Laura, thank you so much for taking the time, sharing your experience. Super valuable. Jose, do you want to say something?
I just want to say that it was really, really interesting. I'm so happy to hear about Miriam and Laura. Their experience is so relevant for the students and also for us. Thank you for Marissa, for everything. And for all of you that want more information, I leave the website and telephone. So we are happy. You are welcome to all the questions. Give us all the questions. So thank you very much. Enjoy Netherlands.
Yes. Great. Thank you, everyone. And we really hope to welcome you here next year. Bye-bye. Stay safe.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.